Hello, welcome to Econometrics Melody. In this tutorial, we'll learn how to create data using generate functions. So let's begin. This is the Stata interface, and you can activate your data editor and do files from the main Stata interface directly by clicking here for do file and by clicking here for data editor. Otherwise, the shortcut key is with this main Stata interface active, press Ctrl 9 for the do file and activate this main Stata interface again and press Ctrl 8 for the data editor. Okay, we are all set to go. Thank you very much. Let's clear everything. Ctrl D, and then let's generate a, before generating we need to prepare a data container. So set observations, how many observations we want to work with. Let's say we want to work with 300 data this time. Now we have our data container ready. Now let us generate a variable. Generate a equals to our uniform. So this will generate data from a uniform distribution with mean 0 and the uniform distribution 0 to 1 in between 0 to 1. So let us see what happens if we summarize this. Let us summarize a, let's say Control D, and minimum is 0 and maximum is 1. So let us drop A, and then now again generate data. A is equals to, so this is creates the data using a normal distribution. rnormal, generate A equals to rnormal. Once we dropped A, what happens? We need to set up to 300. So it's lost. So this is also one of the important things that we need to understand. Once I have dropped this, now Stata is confused. Hey, there are no data containers. So provide it number of data containers. So set object equals to 300. Now Stata will be happy enough. So you see. Now let us generate a variable b rnormal, and then we let us write 30 and generate c equals to same, and let us write this to be 15 and 20. So what does this mean? This creates the upper one. The variable a is standard normal distribution with mean 0 and variance 1, and this with mean we have supplied the mean 30 and the variance is 1 by default. If we don't provide anything, it will be 1 by default. And here we have for both parameters we have chosen a value 15 is the mean and 20. And let's check what happens, whether we are right or wrong. Let's summarize this. Let me just increase the width of this result and run this command once again. For the first variable a, we have our mean is 0 and the standard deviation 1. It's near that. And the second is 30, mean was 30, variance 1, standard deviation, and the 4 was 15, it's nearly 15 and 20. So if we keep on executing this multiple number of times, it's like we're experimenting. Then we will, the mean and standard deviation will nearly be between these figures. So this is all about creating data using random, normal distribution. And after this, let us go to these are, by the way, are random uniform, random normal. So uniform distribution, normal distribution, chi-square distribution, z-test, t-test, z distribution, and t distribution, y, and other distributions. So we can, these are all under the statistical and probability distribution. So now let us generate some. Now let us again drop ABC. We don't need this anymore, and I'll set our observations to 300. Control J. So I'm doing this so that the variables are visible in this screen, right? We wanted to copy this. Is this data join with us? And when we paste, this should be case. Okay, we have generated, let's name it a variable a, and we have mean 30, and let us take the standard deviation to be 45. 45 will be too high, right? Let's take only 50. Let's generate this data, and let us round this. We don't like these decimal numbers, right? So let us round this. Okay, and we are fine. Now there are other mathematical functions. Let b equals to absolute value of a, whatever we have got from a. This is absolute value, and then we generate CAG. Let's take sign of b. Let's generate d is equals to cos of a, and let's execute, and you see this functions also that works well. Now let us delete this all, control D. So we have seen our mathematical functions as well. So let us not delete this, because let us drop at least B and C, and also D. Let us drop B, C, D. Okay, let us drop B, C, D. We're left with variable is. You can again, alright, generate b equals to square root of a, that is equal to 1, and you can again generate c equals to, let's say, exponential of a, and if the value is too large, Stata will say it's missing. You see? Missing. Or exponential of -5. So we have calculated c. Okay, fine, we can do that. Generate c equals to exponential of c, otherwise you can round it here as well. So this didn't work, right? Now with exponential, that didn't happen. So these are some of the mathematical functions. You can use log. You can even write then d equals to ln maybe a. So let us drop b, c, d, and switch to another part. We have a here, and what happens if you write generate a? We have a already, right? B equals to this. We'll get a serial number for each. This is the observation number. So it places its observation number, right, in the respective observation. You see, with our serial number 1, 2, 300, I guess. So generate c equals to, if you write capital N, what happens? Total number of observations is 300. This is okay. This is fine. We can do this. Similarly, let's drop b and c once again, and let us generate b equals to, okay, let us not drop b and c. So let's run this once again. Let us drop only b and see what happens. And you can also use the arithmetical operator, right, to generate a variable of your choice. So generate b equals to, generate d equals to a plus c, or you can write generate e equals to a into d. That's equally fine. Now let us drop d, c, and e, and let us generate f equals to divide. Let's divide a by d and multiply and so on. Let us drop d and f. We don't need this. Another way of creating a variable or groups based on your choice. You want to actually divide a into different categories, right? So you can write derive a variable called define or generate a variable called b equals to a if b equals to 1, right? If a is, let's say, less than 5 or 10, less than 10, right? Control D. You see there are few ones. So what is the max and minimum of this number? I guess it's 100. Then after you can write then b equals to 2 if a is greater than and equal to 11, and also a is less than and equal to 20. You see there are some changes here. Don't we say any two or b already defined, so we should not write b. This is also, we need to replace now to with some of the cases of this. Thank you very much. And then we replace b by 3. Replace b with 3 if a is greater than or equal to, if a is greater than or equal to, let's say 21, and let's end this. Okay, everything will be like 3. So thank you very much for your time. This is Econometrics Melody. See you on the other tutorials.